Bless up, brother. What's popping?
Namaste, God, man. This is a long time coming, you know. We've been talking about this for years now, brother.
Yeah, man. It's like they say, good things come to those that wait.
Of course, Godspeed, you know.
Oh yeah, amen to that. Now we are officially live for the infinite power and benefits of meditation. Man, it's a blessing to work with you, man. I've known you for quite some time, so I'm glad that we were able to put this together, put our heads together like two guys should be able to.
Of course.
So I definitely want to start the show with maybe giving a few seconds for people to chime in. Who's going to chime in? I know there's a couple people that's live on right now. So it's gonna be a show because quite a few people gonna be on here, man. We hope to be a blessing to people that's out here in the world and the current situation that we're in. We definitely want to give positive energy, positive vibes at all times, as much as possible. Like I love your wellness Wednesdays and other things that you do. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, to everybody, and go ahead.
Oh, what's good? I'm gonna say Namaste. And what Namaste actually represents is the God in me, see the God that's in you. It's our inner divinity.
Okay.
And then also the word thug, a lot of people like Namaste thug, like what's good with that? But when I was going through my mental depression and my mental health issues, I realized how to be a rebel against them toxic mental belief systems, make me feel like I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I don't deserve it. So from Namaste thug is it's a way of life, man. Just because we think we spiritual, we still can be aggressive and still be street, but it's a balance of the two natures. Yeah, man. So
No,
just
that's true.
yeah, so we have so many just misconceptions of if we spiritual, we can't be this and we can't be that. And we cut so many pieces off of ourselves. With you and I meeting and talking, speaking about meditation, speaking about breathing, speaking about yoga, all the other modalities to help us with our mental health issues, especially mental health. These are topics that normally we don't talk about, especially as men. Because this stuff I thought was for homosexuals, for white people got money. I had no idea that I had something greater than me inside myself and start dealing with the different Reiki and Qigong, things of that nature. So just growing amongst myself and getting rid of old belief systems about me being a man and things we shouldn't do, just growing and getting older and wiser, bro.
Oh man, that's awesome, and I see that you do life coaching as well and physical training. As a personal trainer, you're a nutritionist and Geek Kong. You have to teach them with the Geek Kong.
Qigong, chi like the chi in your body, like chi.
Okay.
Qigong.
Oh, kind of like Tai Chi.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing. Chi just represents the energy in your body. That's it. Exactly. Qigong.
Yeah, because definitely, man. So I'm sure you're going to talk about that more during the show, regarding the different things you offer to the community and the one-on-one courses that you give. I think it's pretty hot because right now we in a situation where most people don't know how to chill, relax, meditate, don't know their own spiritual powers, don't understand the greatness in them, don't see the God in them. So there's no way you're gonna see the God in other people. You can't see it in yourself. Just like love, you can't see the love in yourself. There's no way you're gonna love other people.
Right.
So I'm definitely about that and for that. A little bit about me. My name is Brother King Kevin Dorr. For those who are chiming in, don't know who I am, or don't know who Namaste Thug is, you will know today. I'm a mentor, author, inspirational speaker, filmmaker, goal getter, all around, winner. As a matter of fact, my next book coming up is called The Winner in the Mirror, which we'll talk about that a little later today. And what we have in store for everyone, the infinite power and benefits of meditation. It's funny because when I came up with that idea, my book is coming out this summer in June. It's called The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Your Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. So when I came up with the idea for this show, I wasn't even thinking about the book, but this falls perfectly in line because I understand that most people don't understand their mental strength, their spiritual powers, They don't know how to meditate and they can't meditate because there's just so much noise going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we could jump. As a matter of fact, forgive me, I want to give a good 20, 30 seconds, a moment of silence for those who passed away recently, for various reasons. So, you know, just anybody who's listening, just gonna do a quick 30-second moment of silence, if you don't mind. All right. Blessings to those, and my condolences to people who had lost their family and friends. You know, I just got off the phone with someone about something that happened. I'm not even gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep the energy high and higher. You understand? So so let's go ahead and kick it off. You know, tell me, and also you go by Coach Ham, is that correct?
Yes, both.
Okay, Namaste Thug and Coach Ham. Okay.
Namaste Thug, Coach Ham.
Okay, straight up. Tell us the benefits, your perspective, the benefits of meditating.
For me personally, man, when I was self-destructive within myself, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, I realized within myself I wasn't my best friend.
Okay.
I actually got introduced to meditation when I was in the streets, and I'm in a drug rehab center. Bless you, God.
Thank you.
And my counselor talked to me about meditation. I'm like, man, I don't know meditation, man. You know, that's for gay people, that's for white, whatever it may be, whatever the belief system I had in my head, I'm thinking it was that. So once that night after we did meditation and I felt my body slow down and my mind slow down, I had separation between my thought and action, like I fell in love with it.
Okay.
And from there on, I just started doing research, understanding different ways that help. I had 13 concussions as well. So it helped me with my post-concussion syndrome. It helps me with mental clarity and with my stress. And the main thing, it helps me realize that I'm not my thoughts. I'm the watcher of my thoughts. So it's kind of give me a one between my thoughts and my actions for me personally. And mental clarity too, off the chain, bro. The mental clarity behind it. And it helps you sit down because we're so caught in this myth that we got to keep moving, got to keep doing this.
Right.
So we in our mind, we feel like we don't have time just to sit down for 10 or 15 minutes. And that time of 10 or 15 minutes, it helps you to respond and not just react to life situations because they're going to come. But now we're in such a mental place of compassion and loving for ourselves and others. When life does show up on the so-called negative side, we won't allow it to drag us in with it and engage that pain body.
And you said a vital thing there, that crystal clarity. I have a very similar story. You know, I got introduced to meditation at a young age, about 16, 17, grown up in the hood, South Florida, and just going through a lot of things, man. And I realized that when I would go to the beach, that I found a level of peace that was just unexplainable. So, you know, what I used to do is I used to go to the beach, whether I had some weed on me or something to drink, and just sit back and at nighttime usually and just listen to the waves. You know, I do that for an hour, man. And truth be told, man, I can enjoy it by myself, or if I had a company of a friend or a lady, I just enjoyed it. I love looking at the light shining off the waves, listening to the waves, the wind, and seeing the moon and the stars.
Right.
I always felt like a level of peace that I couldn't find in my normal environment. And so a lot of times when it comes to meditation, and whether you do yoga or Tai Chi, I do a little Tai Chi myself, that when you have to place yourself in a situation or environment conducive for success, conducive for peace and tranquility. Because if you're from the hood, you're not gonna get that with the gunshots and from police and sirens and all kinds of violence that takes place in our community. And that's the sad part. As a matter of fact, you probably don't remember, but when I first met you, I don't remember the year, but it was definitely before 2010, and it was at Troy's liquor store where they used to have the poetry.
Voices and Vibes with Terry them, right?
Yeah, Terry. Yeah,
right.
because you used to sell. You used to you actually you one of the first brothers I've seen wear crystals and unks, and you used to have dreads back then.
Locks, yeah.
Yeah, locks. Yeah, the locks. You know what I mean? You used to have the locks back then, and you were selling, you know, the soap, some suits and incense. So you actually sold me my first bar of black soap.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I still sell it too. I ain't stopped. I just added other tools to the toolbox, God.
Hey, the grind is real, and I definitely want you to put your Cash App on there, so if people want to order some stuff, you know, you put your information. I definitely want to share your Facebook so that people reach out to you and purchase things, you know. So, but that's how I actually first met you, and then I kind of, you know, I kind of bumped into you, you know, different spots, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano. I see you different places, and you always had like a positive vibe about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you definitely look, you know, a good brother, man, to chill and talk and vibe with, man. So I definitely appreciate that. And it's rare to run across brothers like me and you, because a lot of us are just completely lost on what's really happening in the world. Because you really think about it, the system is built for us to fail. We're supposed to be out of our minds.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
In order for this oppressive system, capitalistic system, or European system, some people might call it white supremacy.
Right.
Also, we have to be out of our minds so that we can benefit them economically. So in essence, we are funding our oppression. You know, that's why we run to the liquor stores. That's why we run to the strip clubs. That's why we call our women, you know, bees and this and that, you know what I mean? Because that keeps us backwards. And but that's a whole nother, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But that's definitely something that we need to elaborate and talk more about. Yes. So let's go ahead and jump to the questions. I'm sure people, you know, want to hear about comedic yoga. I'm sure they want to hear about different ways to meditate. How can they meditate? And why they're having problems blocking out the noises while they're meditating or trying to meditate, and how meditation is very similar to praying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people depend on praying to tune into God or tap into the God in them. You know, so we definitely want to talk about that. So let's go off of the first question. Is meditation prayer or prayer meditation? Let's start with that.
Now, you know what? That's a very good question. It's such a myth with meditation because we think we're supposed to be doing something.
Okay.
So if I'm sitting still and thinking, I'm actually still doing something, because thought is the most energy draining thing that we can do. So we overthinking, we can be tired just sitting still.
Okay.
So meditation is the opposite of praying. A lot of times we praying, we actually with something, we're being thankful for something. That's one thing with prayer from my experience. Or with meditation, we're actually just sitting still and holding that space and breathing. That's why I love what I call breath or awareness meditation, where mentally I visualize my breath coming in my nose and out my nose. Another key thing too, when me having so many concussions and my brain issue, I had to really understand the cause of what's going on. And one of the causes is the way we breathe. If we breathe in our nose, out our mouth, that triggers the amygdala, which is fight, flight, or freeze. And already that put us in survival mode, putting too much cortisol in our system, this sin still having a thought. But if we breathe in our nostrils, out our nostrils, that's prefrontal cortex. That's peace, relaxation, and pleasure, all in that right there. And it can help keep us calm. So as I'm meditating, I'm not trying to quiet my mind. That's another myth. It's impossible to quiet the mind. That's just like you saying, go to the beach and tell the beach, don't make no waves. That's not going to work, bro. You know, it's like, oh, energy. But what we're doing is meditation helps you understand yourself. It helps you to see how many different ideas and topics come through your mind. You want to just kind of sit and breathe through it. As I'm breathing through it myself, I count backwards, because the mind is like a dog chasing a ball. You say sit, as soon as that ball come or a thought come, it's going to chase it. But when I breathe in my nose and out my nose, I have a choice just to watch that thought pass through me, like we same way we watch clouds. So meditation isn't trying to block everything out. It's tuning everything in to getting to know yourself.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So when we try to block stuff out, we think we're not meditating. The main thing I focus on is kind of sitting in a 45 degree angle posture with your back straight and your belly button sucked in. What it does, it just keeps you engaged and keeps you present. So a lot of times we so used to running and hustling, we sit still. What's going to happen? We're going to fall asleep. So if I'm sitting there at 45 being aware, it's going to keep me aware within my body, so I'm able to watch my thoughts that they pass through. Because I have 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. So just imagine if I chase and address every thought, how tired I'll be mentally, just sitting still at my office, at the park, wherever it may be. But this meditation helps give you room from separation from your thought and your responses.
Man, you know, that's definitely good. Some good points and wisdom that you just dropped on us, and you made a valid point. A lot of times, you know, when you're out there hustling, like you said, you know, I used to sling dope back in the day. A lot of people don't know that. You know, my adolescent years, you know.
Right.
And I just remember being so busy, man. Like, it was so much money coming in. And just always busy, running. Never had time to sit down and think until I actually got caged up one time. You know, I got locked up and did about 10 months in jail. I avoided prison time, and first time I had a chance to really think, brother. That's the only time. And so I thought about it, and a lot of my homeboys who were in prison. And someone just asked the question, how much time do we meditate a day? We definitely answer that question. Thanks, Edward, for asking that. A lot of my brothers and sisters, they said don't time they ever read a book when they was in jail.
Right.
How they had this time to think and find some peace was when they were in jail. And so we definitely need to find a better way to think, which through meditation, rather than being incarcerated, being able to sit down and think. Someone just asked a question. I want to address them. Mr. Edward Miller said, how much time should we meditate a day?
Me personally, when I first started out, I tried to do like 30 minutes and it was overwhelming for me. So I said, if you just start not, let's say you start with like 2 or 3 minutes. And then as you feel yourself gradually through the weeks that you go up to 20, 30 minutes. Me, myself personally, I meditate every morning for like 20 to 25 minutes every morning. And at nighttime also too. And also too, with me, I sit still and meditate for 20, 25 minutes in the morning, but my whole life is a meditation. As I'm walking around, I'm being very purposeful of my breathing. I'm being very cognitive of the thoughts that I'm allowing to come in my mind. I'm being very mindful of the words that come out my mouth. So my whole life really is a meditation, bro.
I like that. I meditate for about the same amount of time, 20, 30 minutes. I just recently, maybe past 6 months, started. I usually meditate first thing in the morning after I pray, or before I pray. But I just started meditating as the sun sets. Okay. A whole nother level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I definitely I definitely started doing that. I wish I've been doing that much longer. Way before now. But I also wanted to jump to something that happened to me one time when I was meditating. One time I meditated and I went out for a jog. Kid you not, I saw myself somehow. It's like my spirit left my body, and I was able to see a tiger. I see myself as a tiger running, and I was like, wow, and it didn't freak me out, but I just realized that when I was jogging under the sun, that I felt as if my ancestors were speaking to me, Another time when I was jogging years before, maybe 10 plus years before, I see myself as a horse. So there's something about animals that keeps reaching out to me when I meditate and then work out. You follow me? So, and sometimes when I'm working out, when I used to run track and football, I thought of myself as an African warrior. Saying, oh, it's too hot to be outside. I said, especially when I was in high school, I said, how is it too hot to be outside? Our ancestors used to fight in the sun.
Right.
And so this ain't nothing. So I've always been aware of my ancestors, and in everything that I do. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. So if you guys are out there jogging or working out or meditating, you see something kind of spooky, don't just be afraid of it.
Right.
You got to embrace that. So
Breathe into it, man. Definitely.
Breathe it in, yeah. So all right. So also I want to ask you this too. What are the types of meditation?
Wow. Okay. We have so many different types of meditation. Whether we have we try to transitional meditation, we have mindful breathing meditation, we have body scan meditation, we have Zen meditation. So for somebody who working on meditating, what I did was see what's best for you to meditate.
Okay.
You follow me? Do a little research. It's not a cookie cutter. Just because it work for me, that form of meditation, it might not work for you. I'm very mindful of how I breathe. So I love that breath awareness meditation and mindful meditation. Well, I'm just kind of sitting there and watching my thoughts. I'm not judging them. Because when we judge them, we put a story behind it. A story leads to emotion. So I'm actually literally just watching how many times a different story come up and want me to subscribe to it. Same way we might be on social media and we thumbing up and a picture we see we don't like, we don't subscribe to it, or we thumb up. Same way with our thoughts. The same exact way.
Okay, so is that the type of meditation that you usually do, the transitional meditation?
No, I do the breath awareness meditation. I'm just what I do visually. I visualize my breath in my mind. I'm going in my nose, out my nose. Also, when I'm doing this, when I inhale, my belly button is rising like on a swing. And I exhale, it swings back in. So I'm breathing through my abdomen area. So I'm giving my internal organs also massage to giving them fresh oxygen to the body, what it definitely needs.
Okay, straight up. That sounds like the mindfulness is like what the Buddhists practice.
That's one of the terms. Because a lot of times we, like you say, we out of our mind. A lot of times we are what I call unconscious, that we are caught in our belief systems and our story programs, our life. When we become mindful of, hey, I want to disconnect from that old belief to a new belief. Now I'm just not allowing my body to act out. I'm behaving in a manner that's very thought about. I'm just not just going off the whim of freestyling.
Okay. No, straight up. I do that as well. There's mindfulness, there's Tai Chi, there's Vision Quest, there's praying, there's Zen meditation, which a lot of samurai warriors, back in the day that they used to do. I do a little bit of Tai Chi. I'm not an expert at it, but I'm learning. I'm doing that for a while, actually. And mindfulness. What I like to do when I'm meditating, I like to think about myself doing the things that I want and desire. So what I do is I breathe in positive energy, positive thoughts, and I consciously exhale negative thoughts and doubt. And the main reason why the samurai warriors used to definitely, I don't think any samurais around anymore, but the reason why they used to practice that meditation, Zen meditation, was because before you go to war, which thing they're thinking about? They're thinking about death. They're thinking about fear. They're thinking about their wives, their children. So they practice Zen meditation so that they can get rid of thoughts of death and fear, so they can just be clear-minded on what they out in this battlefield to do. So they're just really thinking about execution of their moves and not the fear of death or getting hurt, which is mind over matter. We hear that a lot, mind over matter. So a lot of times especially now, we thinking about what our jobs, we thinking about our children in school or the lack of being in school. We thinking about what this government is doing or what that government is doing, this conspiracy theory, how the COVID-19 coronavirus, who let it out. We can think about all these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is not going to do anything but do what? Place fear upon us. And fear literally, it destroys our confidence. Fear paralyzes you. But when you're meditating or you're praying or a bit of both, it actually gives you strength and courage. And that's what gives me a lot of courage. Many of you know that my first book was called The Courage to Believe. Trust me, there was a lot of meditation going, going through those times because, in the cover of the book, it has like a forest. Let me just stop talking about it. Let me show it. This is the first one. So as you can see in the face of it, there's a forest, and then you see the face of a lion.
Mm-hmm.
There's a forest there was because I was always felt like I was lost. And in order to find myself, I had to meditate a lot of meditation. I can't even stretch out enough. Not just at the beach. It can be meditation at a church. It can be meditation if you have a quiet home. Libraries even. I was meditating in the library because I'm ducking police. I'm in the library studying while they're looking for me. So those are the type of things that I honestly, truth be told, that I was doing. But speaking of that, I don't know if you want to add something, but I was going to kind of direct people to see the your web page and things of that nature.
Well, I did want to add something to it. Speaking about that fear, and also what fear does to us energetically in our body, it weakens our immune system. If our adrenal glands are keep engaging in our thought process, because what you're saying by thinking is called kinesiology, the mind-body connection. So if I think positive, of course, something positive is going to happen. Because the thought process, just look at it as a magnet. The universe doesn't know, no, I don't want that. It just realize what you're thinking on is going to draw it into your vortex or in your world. That makes sense?
Okay, definitely.
So what I'm doing, if I'm thinking about fear, I'm dumping the cortisone in my body. I can get rid of fight, flight, or run. I don't need that right now. What that does is that weaken my immune system because I got all my adrenal glands, I dumped it. So when we're in a fear-based situation, we're actually killing ourselves inside because making our body very acidic. So our body ends up turning on itself and actually gives like flu-like symptoms based on that fear. And no matter how long it is, how long ago it was, that's why I became an impact coach. Because my intrapersonal communication, we was always taught, don't talk to ourselves. But intrapersonal communication is, how am I communicating within my mind?
Yeah.
Follow me? So me being an impact coach, I had to go in and reconstruct my belief system. Like we'll update our clothes, we'll update our shoes, we'll update our cell phone, whatever, but we never update our belief system about ourselves. So me being an impact coach, I use different tools to help take out that old software and put in new software based on your belief system,
Oh man, yeah. I mean that's awesome. I mean, a great way to think about it. So I'm glad you became, an impact coach so you can help other people, that's trying to overcome these things, especially mental health. I know you're a big advocate. We both are, but you definitely a big advocate for mental health and how we can actually improve our mental health and our mental strength, because a lot of us, truth be told, are just mentally weak. But spiritually weak as well. As far as like having as a nation, as a world, we can see there's a spiritual famine. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if we're so caught up in chasing the materialistic things and monetary things like money and careers and this and that many people sold their soul. You know what I mean? And they are too conscious about what they're doing and how they're going about it. So when you're meditating, it's like a self-reflection of yourself. So I'm definitely glad you mentioned that, man. It's so many topics we can talk about this for hours.
Right. We have to do a couple more shows. That's it. We don't want to give them too much. Just give them enough just to people want them more, having doing a little research, because a lot of times if we give them too much, they won't retain nothing.
Okay.
What I do, I look at myself as a gardener. I'm gonna drop a seed. And I'm gonna work through different conversations, see actually how it's growing. Because when we're speaking about spirituality, we're speaking about meditation. This is almost to the way we speak about the ego or pain body. It's a threat to the foundation.
Okay.
Because if I'm coming out of my fear, if I'm coming out of looking for something outside of myself, the ego's like, oh my God, you're not gonna need me no more. So what it does is it causes chaos in your life. It causes confusion, because that pain body or that ego or that mind we think we are, it needs chaos. It needs them low vibration energy to feed on. And once we become aware, because you and I have situations that woke us up young. Concussions wake up the pineal gland, which is the third eye, the pituitary gland in the brain. Blunt trauma, it could be physically, it could be emotionally, what you've seen. It wakes you up to the awareness inside of yourself. So when you have that experience, you're a lot more spiritually in tune to different energy and things. I call it my spidey senses. Somebody can come around you and they can have just a energy going on. You know, I need to speak to them and breathe life in them, you know? So just being aware of what's going on, not only inside myself, but other people too, lead me to be a lot more compassionate and hold that space so people can actually evolve into their greater divinity. You know, that's why I love empowering people by speaking about my story, my mental issues, you know, my 13 concussion, you know, me being in the streets and being here. But all those situations in my life got me to be to where I am, to wake up. So I wouldn't change a thing, bro. Like, I'm so appreciative of every situation. Every time I got arrested, every time I got in the head, I appreciate it, bro, because it's my life. Without that, it's my testimony. I love that, man. I love being me, and I love being just organic. I just love being the spokesperson. People, just because something happened to you, that doesn't define us. What defines you is how I get up, dust myself off, and go forward from there. That's what defines you.
Man, that's facts right there, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because me, you say that you don't you want to take back nothing. There's a few things I would love that I have gone through, and that's just to be honest with you. But then it made us stronger men, you know, and we plant these seeds in people, empowering them, and you know, which is benefiting the community, benefiting the world, because the person you help could be a blessing to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And then that it has a ripple effect.
Domino effect.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, if it was a negative experience that we were to give to someone, now they're gonna be more prone to give that negative experience to somebody else, and so another ripple effect. So it can go positive and negative. But before we continue, I just want to make sure people come, you know, check you out on Facebook, man. Please, like my man Namaste Thug on Facebook page. This is the page that I'm sharing right now. You know, and the name, I'm gonna put the link to his page, that you can go ahead and give him a quick like. You know, please like that. He's doing great work. Support him. Some of you guys got a lot of money, some of you guys got no money, but you can definitely like his page and follow up with him. You know, it'd be very beneficial for you. So, you know, and another thing is, I want to make sure people know about my website as well. And this is my page, KevinDorver.com. King Kevin. You can like this page if you haven't done so already. Please go ahead and do so as well. But this is my web page, my books, as you can see. Please go to it, KevinDorver.com. You know, I have my 2 books, The Courage to Believe, 7 Types of Queens Teen Desire. You know, it's a flyer that we've been promoting. You know, definitely please check it out. And definitely, if you want to check out some other things, because I have more than just books. I have the 3 books and The Win in the Mirror. And ladies and gentlemen, the book I was talking about earlier, The Win in the Mirror, this is gonna be the game changer. This is gonna get me on Oprah.
That's what's up.
Amen. The Winner in the Mirror, Activating Your Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit, which is pre-orders are available right now at KevinDorver.com. Those are the 3 books. All my books are ebooks as well. I'm getting ready to complete the actual audio book for 7 Queens. So I can't wait to finish that project once the summer is up and this quarantine is over with. You know, One Man Army. I have crystals as well. You know, Coach Hammond, I have crystals around his neck. I definitely have a couple of crystals as well. So there's a lot of things. And you don't really have to have crystals to meditate. I used to have this around my neck. You don't really have to have crystals to meditate. But definitely, if you ever want to get a crystal, you want to get a pyrite stone crystal, because it repels negative energy and attracts positive energy. So when you go to my website, you would definitely see that we call them healing crystals. Prices range anywhere from $10 to like $60. So definitely, you know, check me out. And also, my sister is Enchanted Jewels. She's the one that creates these crystals for me. Follow her on Instagram at Enchanted Jewels. And what's your Instagram, by the way?
Say it again.
What's your Instagram, so that people can you type it inside of the
Yeah, and I also give you my my YouTube channel too, which is Namaste Thug, where I talk about the different situations that I've been through in life and how I deal with them. Like you said, that wellness, mental health Monday, wellness Wednesdays, and feeling yourself Friday.
Okay, feeling yourself Friday. Yeah, I'm on your page right now. And I was looking for the video so we could check out right quick. So if you want to post one of those videos up in the comment section, please do. Now this is one of your videos here that you have, and he does videos almost every day. Definitely check the brother out. Like a few of his pictures, man. Find a way to support somebody. You know, we a lot of times in life we find a million reasons why not to support somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or not to do something. We can't find one reason to do it, you know, and just liking a page ain't nothing. And my books aren't that expensive. As a matter of fact, you want to invest in your future, in your life right now, you know, inspiration. My books, all three of my books about that, you know, all three of them. So definitely check them out. So that was just a quick commercial break, you know what I'm saying? I feel like one of them guys that, you know, on Instagram or YouTube, but you see them always throwing up money. I'm throwing up books.
Right.
Well, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, once upon a time, books was worth more than gold. You know what I'm saying? Especially around the time of Timbuktu, it was books worth more than gold. All right, so let's go ahead and get back. Just go ahead and get back to the show. Let me stop sharing the screen. All right, so back to what we was talking about. Now, mind power.
Right.
You know, visualization. When you're able to visualize what you want to become, the things you want to do, you know what I'm saying, how to go about it. Meditation is a key component of that. You know, whatever you think about, you giving power to it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you pay attention to, you're giving power to it. What you don't give attention to is losing power. That's why sometimes in relationships, you know, a male or female that's possessive, they always got to be on you, around you, or they feel as if they're losing their power over you. And no one should have that kind of power over you. So if you're in that type of relationship, get out of it. So that's of this conversation. But wherever your attention goes, your power goes, and you know, you get a hold of your mind. When you're able to think about what you're thinking about. Sometimes, many times, and I used to be like that too, I let my mind just wander. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to control what I'm thinking about. I'm just letting it go any and which way. You know what I'm saying? So, but what many of us don't know is that your subconscious mind is always working, but your conscious mind only is operating while you're up. So when you're meditating, you're able to tap into the subconscious mind, ladies and gentlemen. This was teaching in the ancient mystery schools. In ancient Africa, Arcadia land, which was teaching the students, and which you had to go to school for like 40 years, by the way, nothing like today. They were teaching, they learned to master how to tap into the subconscious mind. Many of us, we only touch our subconscious mind when we're sleeping. The subconscious mind is infinite. It's always working, always thinking, even while we're asleep, even while we're up. That's why when you're up and you're making jokes about how much money you don't have, how broke you are, how you don't have this, don't have that, you need to stop doing that. From this day forth, what today's date is? The 28th?
Yes, sir.
2020. Stop joking about your flaws and what you lack, because your subconscious mind does not know the difference. All power in your mind and your affairs is based on what you give it power to. So if you want to give yourself power, meditate, think about the things you want to accomplish, and go after it. When you get ideas across your mind, write those ideas down. Don't wait, be like, oh, that's too good of an idea, I won't forget. No, you will forget. So while you're meditating, you want to place your thoughts directly as specifically as possible, at least for a moment, on the things that you want to accomplish, and then let it free. Let the idea go free, and you know, like the birds in the sky. I meditate outside. I've been blessed. I can't pick up my computer right now to show you, but I've been blessed to live in a place where abundance of trees. The color green has amazing power. It's a vibrant color. So not just sounds, not just in your environment, but the colors that you're around also speaks to your subconscious mind. And so I got trees back here. I got a pond back here, a water fountain, and goldfishes in it. So I'm able to meditate anytime in the day and not be bothered by anybody. But not everyone has that opportunity. But you can always find a park. You can always find a beach, a church, a library, and to be able to tap into, you know, yourself, tune into yourself, to block out all that noise. Because a lot of times what we do in the morning, we jump straight to this. We check who's texting us, what social media posts people like, how many people like, yada yada. Don't go to this. First thing you want to do is thank the creator that you're alive, and then get to your meditation or your prayer. You know what I'm saying? And then you jump on your phone. That's how King Kevin do it. Now go ahead, brother. I know you want to chime in and say a few things.
No, it's kind of just going deeper to what you're doing. So in Qigong, I teach my clients where Qi goes, energy flows. So we start looking at our thoughts as energy. We are energy.
Okay.
So wherever we put our energy, our mind gonna flow. It's gonna flow. You follow me?
Okay.
And so when we're looking at what I call in Reiki, we got 7 energy centers.
Correct.
Each one of energy center has a color. So you mentioned about the green, that's the heart chakra. So a
Correct.
lot of times we can't get outside, but if I visualize green, I'm on the heart chakra. I'm on nature. Because a lot of us as brothers, we so-called close our heart off. You follow me? So
Mm-hmm.
when we're out in nature and we're breathing, we want to balance our masculine and our feminine energy. We've been a lot of times we're too masculine, too structured. It got to be the way, it got to be controlling and owning based on feminine energy, balance, flexibility. You know, I was blessed to have to get my son full custody at 6 months old. So that pulled me out of the streets and made me more responsible, not just for myself, but somebody else. So that helped me balance my feminine energy where I can hear him cry before he cried. You know, my intuition became a lot more sharper. So that helped me with my Reiki a lot more clear. A lot of times we have the ego what gets in the way. That we always taking stuff so personal. You know, we always want outside fulfillment, and we're not dealing with that inside fulfillment. Once again, that spiritual depression. We're chasing money, we're chasing cars, whatever we might be chasing, but everything is an outward type of motion. When we come more inward and focus on spirituality, focus on really my true answer is like, who am I? Like not based on a title, not based on everything. Like in at my depths, who am I? I'm in the divinity. So we're looking at stuff from a divine standpoint, from a god or goddesses. That's
Mm-hmm.
gonna automatically help flip our mind. So if I look at you as one of my gods, now subconsciously I'm gonna be on such a higher vibration. I'm not gonna allow this flesh to kick in with jealousy or envy because you got something I don't have. It's such a belief system that we was given when we were brought over here. So by us knowing that, the thing to do is, what's the solution, right?
Okay.
Meditation, self-awareness, like hiring people like you to do your coaching or giving your books or hiring somebody like me. Because now I'm doing my sessions on Zoom and WhatsApp with my clients that need verbal counseling. You know, I sit down and take them through different forms of meditation who don't know how to meditate. But a lot of times we know how to do so many things, but we lack the self-confidence. So sometimes we don't want to so-called fail. Failing is one of the key antidotes that we have to keep going forward because we learn through that process. So we're looking at failing as a lesson and not failing. We'll move forward with so much more confidence, knowing that if I don't get this the right way the first time, I can keep trying, brother. And meditating gives us the space to separate from that ego or that flesh, that so-called what we call that man syndrome. You know, all we got to be right, arguing backwards for being defensive and defending. There's no need for that no more. We can come together and let your differences and my differences realize that we're not no different. You might be a different environment, a different situation, but overall, it's the same outcome. We understand the divinity within ourselves and want to help empower other people.
Man, I love the fact that you said that, especially when it comes to the equal balance of masculine and feminine energy. You know, because we
Right.
are a male-dominated society, so we feel as if the male has to be right, male has to be on top and be in control, which is not really the case. You know, truth be told, if you put
Right.
more women into your life or a woman into your life that brings that feminine energy and balances out, like the women need us, like we need them.
Right.
Then, as a matter of fact, that's what the whole Ankh symbol represents. You know, the masculine and feminine energy coming together, one accord.
Right.
And those principles you mentioned is definitely like the principles of my art. You know, truth, justice, harmony, balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, order, reciprocity, and priority, propriety. And one of the things that I liked about the principles of my art is the fact that they actually derive from the Ten Commandments derives from the principles of my art. Most people don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not.
Mm-hmm.
Principles come from the principles of my art because as we walk, as our ancestors, they walked the earth with the consciousness that they were gods and goddesses, and therefore they treated each other as such. And so, for you to disrespect a woman, especially in Africa, disrespect the woman in ancient Africa before the colonization, it was a sacrilege and punishable by death. That's how serious they took the feminine energy, and also it whole nother subject. And I got videos about it, how we came about calling and believing that a black woman was God, or that a woman was God. And it wasn't just in Africa. It was, you know, throughout the world. That's how it used to be. You know, it was a system ran by women for the most part. Not that the men were insignificant like we are becoming today, you know, because we don't know who we are and our responsibilities. But, you know, through meditation, we find inner peace, and we also find peace in allowing someone else to have influence in our life. That's definitely, if it's for the benefit and for us, it's definitely, if it's going to add value to our lives, we'll have the wisdom and peace of mind to listen. A lot of times we can't listen. We're so quick to talk and text our ideas and thoughts that we don't even take the time to listen to somebody else, see what they got to say, and how much it can be a blessing to us. So the infinite powers of meditation, man, it's like, you know, the mind is infinite. You know, only limitation is us. You know, whatever if we can think it, we can accomplish it. You know, I practice something called speak it, believe it, execute the plan, SBE. No matter where you are, whatever program I have, I always say this. I tell everybody, repeat after me: speak it, believe it, and execute the plan. So when you're meditating, speaking to yourself, and then you begin to believe what you're speaking, the good that you want to accomplish, and then you come out with a plan to execute it. You write it down. Guess what is the success rate, or what is the percentage of success when you write down your goals? You would not believe how high that you increase your chance of success when you write down your goals.
Yeah, a whole lot more. That's not. Yeah, that's. Oh, go ahead, brother. I thought you had finished.
Yeah, it's not 100%. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not 500%. You increase the chance of success by 1,000%. So when you're meditating on your goals and you write them down and have an actual plan for them, and you speaking them on a regular basis to yourself, to the universe, and to the necessary, and when you're meditating, by the way, it connects you to the sources that you need, to the people you need to contact. I was meditating last week, and it reminded, you know, my spirit reminded me, oh, you need to call this person, you need to email this person. And right now with the quarantine, you can catch anybody that you need to catch. Why? Because we got a lot of time in our hands. So a lot of us are wasting our time, really wasting our time, watching a boatload of videos, whether it's on YouTube or on TV, that aren't edifying us. You know what I'm saying? That aren't benefiting us. You know, so that's definitely something that I want people to really take heed to and pay attention to. If you have not read a book, right? If you have not written a book or read a book during this quarantine, you have wasted your time. So I want everybody to find a book, especially go to my website, kevindover.com. I order a book, order a copy. You know, even the e-books are number $9, you know what I mean? Or the paperback $16. The Seven Queens are hardcover. This one is actually $28 because it's a hardcover and it's in color, but I got paperback as well. I mean, perfect time to read. Invest in yourself. Stop investing in the news and meditating on what the government and the news is feeding us, because it's destroying you and it's making you sick. So you mentioned something earlier about it was something about internally when you are depressed or you fear that it does something to your
immune system.
Your what?
Immune system.
Immune system, right? So I read a book. I don't remember the author name, but the book is called "Your Body Believes What You're Telling." What you're telling yourself. Your body believes what you're telling yourself, and it talks about case after case studies of how people actually got sick because they thought they were sick. They weren't even sick, and how people literally thought themselves into wholeness and healed themselves literally by thinking about it, meditating on it. You know, Joel Osteen, his mom, when she was diagnosed with cancer, you know what she did? She didn't tell nobody about it. She went home. She wrote positive notes all on her walls. She hung up pictures that gave her a positive outlook on life, and she meditated and prayed on that alone. And guess what? She overcame cancer. She's still alive today. So there's countless of stories about that. Definitely stop feeding yourself what they're feeding us, because right now Obviously, the news is feeding us a lot of BS, and you see my video called "The New World Order and the Roman Circuit," which is I just did a couple weeks ago. Is a lot of people watched it. Thank you everybody who watched it. Got about 2,000 views on it so far. But with this video, it's like you can see how the government is pointing us towards the direction of paranoia and fear. Meditation is to get you away from that, so you can have some peace of mind and tranquility in your life. You have the power to do that. You have the power to do it. Not the government, not me, not Namaste. You have the power to control your temperament and your mindset and what you accomplish in life. But go ahead, brother.
So I want to give a shout out to all the people who doing the opposite of what you're saying. Who actually taking time to read a book, who's actually disassociating themselves from the news and who's been doing that. You know, it's like who are the people you affiliate with. It's almost like if we don't want the energy to enter in our body, I don't even have a conversation about it. No, the people I'm speaking about is fasting. I've been fasting for like the last 2 weeks with my CMOS, no meat, things of that nature. My wall behind me is my chalk wall where I can sit down and write my ideas about what's going on. Reading books every day. You know, I do something called a 13-2 rule. 13-2 rule is I get my hour and break down in 4 quarters. So if I want to read a book, I'm gonna give myself an hour. Because once I put myself on that timer, my thoughts are not gonna wander away. So for 13 minutes, I'll read. My timer go off, I got 2 minutes. I might do some exercises, I might walk outside. That timer go up for them 2 minutes, I put 13 more minutes in again. And then me, when I read, I gotta highlight. So not just no simple reading for me just picking a book up. You follow me saying?
Hey, what book is that, by the way?
This is the Comedic Diet.
Okay.
The Comedic Diet. You know, I read this Comedic Diet, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Michael Singer, Untethered Soul. So all I'm doing is I'm going inside myself to go against that spiritual depression, understanding who I am from a divinity standpoint, not what the titles or labels other people put on me. So right now it's what I call a shut-in. The same energy I'll give other people, other situations, other topics, I'll give that to myself. You know, right now is the best time to accept and kind of reinvent ourselves. If we see stuff in us that we want to work on, accept that. That's the first thing. Accepting is a situation, not a problem.
Okay.
You know, situation. So I analyze the situation, make a proper judgment. So I got to accept, hey, it's a situation. Now, what's the solution to it? Now it's a solution based. I can pick up the phone, hey, kid, man, I'm going through XYZ. How you dealt with it? Not saying you're going to show me the way, but having a spiritual team that I can call with non-judgment. Because we're so busy judging ourselves, so we judge other people. So that meditation, it gets us out of judgment and more in awareness. So now, if I'm giving myself the time to be aware, I can be a lot more aware and hold space for other people to connect to their inner divinity and not just be so caught up in the outside world. That's what it is. There's so much stuff going on outside of us. It distracts us from our internal world. And that's the trap of that ego, keeping us in an outward type focus, outward type awareness, not connected to our inner spirit, inner divinity. And that's, once again, like, it's so important. I can't emphasize this. It's so important to, first of all, accept that you might need some help. Contact yourself for me and let me get you on the right course after a couple of sessions to just reprogram your mental programming. How you feeling about yourself? You're worthy. You're capable. It's just something we call that mind, that ego mind, that keep us so trapped in them old stories and old beliefs. So let's overcome that. Regardless of, I didn't have no father, and my mom relationship was the best. I didn't have a Huxtable household. What does that mean? Adversity and pressure creates, like you said, these precious amethysts. These were very dense at first, and I love amethyst because it helps me with the crown chakra. It helps keep a positive aura over my body. So when I had to accept from the concussions, I had moves that might swing up and down. I changed my diet. I changed how I breathe. I even started eating processed food. I even started listening to certain type of music, because everything carries a frequency which our body resonates with. So certain music I don't listen to because it throws me in a certain type of mental place that I don't chose to be in. But me being aware, I know I'm there. Like the other day, I'm sitting home relaxing, have a beautiful day. I felt something as if somebody come put a jacket over you. I felt a mood of depression that came over me. Oh my God, like this depression. So
Yeah.
immediately I got up and I went outside. When we go outside and move, get that vitamin D, that sun, even in nature, just breathing and moving helps so much move that energy because it's an energy clog. A lot of clients I give my dynamic table stretching to, a lot of clients I do Reiki on, we have energy blocks in our body that need to be moved. It's old residue from old emotion and suffering pain we never dealt with. And those emotions can be from this lifetime and other lifetimes as well too. You feel me? So we're not just dealing with these issues, but we so busy, we so caught up, we over occupying ourselves with doing things so we won't address ourselves personally. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So me being so caught under the caption of being depressed, I had to deal with myself face to face, minute to minute, breath to breath. So my depression was actually saved my life because it brought me more of being aware of how I didn't want to feel, trying to find a solution to the way I did want to feel, the way I was thinking about myself, the way I was feeling about myself. So no, just sitting and being aware of who and what I am, this kind of got me to where I am right now.
Exactly, and that's what meditation does. It brings you into the consciousness of who you are and where you want to be. And I'm glad you mentioned how the depression made you do what? React, right? Now you react in a positive way. Some of us we react by,
of course,
hiding, going to sleep, grabbing a bottle of J or Hennessy, drink that depression away when it actually seeps you into a deeper state of depression.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I was reading a book the other day called Medicine Men. And so what this book is about, it's about, Native American traditions as far as, dealing with the spirits, because, these people, they would, that's what they do. They're very good and tap into their inner spirit and coming up with solutions and seeing they're able to tap into clairvoyance, be able to see the future. Right. So I was, as I'm reading the book, and kind of like, you know what? I know this talks about something to do with meditation. So let me see what I can find out. And what it stated was that when you're meditating, you can actually fight demonic spirits. Some of us have demonic spirits that's been had us trapped for a long time. Not even just us, but our families. And we choose to ignore it, thinking that just praying is going to defeat those enemies. Some enemies you have to fight head on right then and there. You don't run and hide. So if you're having an issue, especially when you just stated that spirit of depression, and believe it or not, as inspirational, as positive as I am, sometimes, I get into the spirit of depression sometimes, but I realize it and then I snap out of it by doing what? Speaking positive affirmations about myself, or even thinking about things in the past that I'm very proud of, very happy about. Things like events like my college graduation.
So, bro, let me share something with you right quick.
Go ahead.
So another tool that breathing is very good for people who can't get out of that funk when they're depressed.
Okay.
Is to actually stop thinking and actually breathe in your nose and out your nose and count backwards and get out of that story. You follow me? So like Rio and I, we can do that. But let's say somebody that don't realize that they fight demon, don't realize that their ego is causing chaos. So if I realize I'm caught up in a story, it happened, let's say 5 months ago, 5 years ago, I need to stop thinking, giving that story details, and actually breathe. And that's what that does is that brings me back into the present moment of my awareness. Because if I'm present in my breathing, I can't get caught up in the story. If I'm caught up in that story, that's going to bring up an emotion. No matter how old it is, I'm going to feel as if it happened right now. So to get out that, what we call that rabbit hole of thinking that gets me so back, taking back steps back, I actually stop.
Take a breath.
Because see, what it is us, we don't want to feel the pain. So like you said, we'll numb it with liquor. We'll numb it. I use sex as my tool to numb it. We'll use drugs. We'll use whatever it is. But we have to, like you said, turn around and face it. That's why I became an impact coach for people who feel like they can't do it. It's like we working out. You got somebody to train with. You're on a 275. You want somebody just to be there, just in case. But mentally, it helps you know that I'm not alone. So when we feel like we are alone, nobody can help when we by ourselves, that old belief system is going to kick in. So me being an impact coach really helps you go through. It's not about what I read, it's about what I experienced. So it's not all about me being textbook. It's about what I actually put my rubber to the road and how I felt when I actually went through it. And you need to contact me. It's 954-914-2798 to set up your Zoom session or your WhatsApp sessions, you know?
And
Somebody asked a question too. Go ahead, brother.
Put your email out there so that people can know how to reach out to you via email as well.
Namaste Thug, Namaste Thug, THUG @gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. And also someone asked a question earlier, but before I get to that question, I wanted to address something. This is very relevant. Fighting demonic spirits. What the Native Americans said that when you're fighting spirits, especially whether you're sleeping or you're just chilling and something gets over you, you have to mentally try to see yourself fighting that spirit, or spiritually placing a hedge of fire around you to block out that negative energy. So when I read that, I was like, wow, I wonder how many people actually do that, because when I was younger, I used to be able to channel my dreams. So if I had a negative dream, or a nightmare, I was able to get out of that nightmare and turn to a positive one. And then I, as I developed and matured, I realized those dreams were reflections of my reality. And so what I do is, if there's a negative situation that's presenting itself, I immediately deal with it, not with fire, but fire with water. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with a negative person. What I'll do is I'll say something positive about them that completely throw them off, because they expected me to cuss them out. So I was only able to do that. Why? Because I start my day. I control the beginning of my day with positive energy, build myself up before I picked up my phone or tablet or computer, whatever. And I set myself up for success by building my energy up. And that's what we don't take the time to do. We'll jump to the news, jump to our text messages without building ourselves up first. And even in the Bible, in Joshua 1:8, if you guys have your Bible open or on your phone, read the scripture Joshua 1:8. I like that scripture for many reasons and for many years, because it talks about meditation. And what Joshua, what it says is that keep this book of law always on your lips, meditate on it day and night, that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful, right? Repeat that part again. Then you will be prosperous and successful. That's what you want to do, but you cannot meditate or concentrate if you're meditating on the wrong thing. So meditate on your dreams and goals and the good that you want to accomplish in this world, and you shall have that. And before we get out of here, definitely, as we mentioned, go to our Facebook. So we provided the pages. Make sure you guys got that. Definitely, please like my page, King Kevin Dorval, on Facebook. Instagram is @CourageToBelieve, as you already know. Namaste Thug, definitely like his page on Facebook. We want to see these numbers up now. You know what I'm saying? Get our likes up, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you found this video, however you found it, please like the channel. And I want to get into definitely get my books, of course. Definitely want to get you some of my products. So I'll go ahead and put my link in the chat area. So please support a brother. And yes, I am sending out books during the quarantine. Thanks to everybody who's been buying my books during this time, because you could have done anything else with your money, but you chose to invest it, which was wise. And definitely get my brother soap. Yeah,
I did grabbing them. Also, I got the black soap. They're very good for cleaning your skin, good for sensitive skin. It's all natural. Water, cocoa pod ashes, plantain seed ashes, and palm seed oil. That's it. And I do ship them. Cash App. Oh, also my Cash App is $Coach Ham with 2 M's. $Coach HAMM.
$Coach HAMM. All right.
Yeah. And that's shea butter, very good for eczema, dry skin, diabetes. What it does, increases the blood flow to the area. Also stretch marks, because what it does, it helps increase that blood flow to that area, so the area can heal a whole lot better naturally. No preservatives.
All natural. Get his stuff. I've been buying his stuff for years, man. This brother sold me my first bar of black soap. I think I came back about 2 or 3 times. But definitely, and he's still grinding these black souls, man. So definitely support him.
Yeah.
I put his Cash App in there.
Right.
And if you want to support what we got with this video, definitely Cash App some money, order something, support somehow, some way, and definitely be as positive as possible. And if you want to reach out to me, my email is at The Courage to Believe. And you guys definitely, you know, be encouraged and have a blessed one. We'll definitely be talking soon.
That's what's up. Hey, namaste, man. Peace.
Peace, King Kevin.